Attaboy. Super Dave, you are my man. You are my hero.
He said it wasn't an easy job.
I know. I mean,
Dave.
well, that's good. That's a good thing. Not particularly a bad thing. Ritz bits. Hot dogs, I guess. That's what you shouldn't want to have hot dogs. Are you kidding? Hey. John McKenzie waving to me over there. What'd I do with all my stuff?
What stuff?
My numerical and all that stuff. Oh, there it is. Right there. I guess okay. That's fine. I just wonder where it was. No problem. And let the train run under them.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Straight back. Straighten the curve out, like I said yesterday.
Wasn't paying attention again yesterday.
Well,
hey, Neil. And we are always last on your list, right? When we go to break, don't say anything to me for about 15 seconds so Ned and I can get repositioned.
Unless we do it like we did that other time. Neil didn't like too much when we did it.
While we're on the air.
We threw around the headsets, the mics, and
before we went to break. Well, we weren't going to say anything else. We figured it out.
That's right. We were done. We can't worry about you guys.
You know, I just thought, Bob, I'd get a little complex. I mean, he's only got 60 people to listen to, and we're 58, 59, and 60.
Well, you figure out.
Man. Yeah, a bit of a complex, I'm telling you. Ned.
Oh, okay.
Straight face.
The first ones I saw was at Indianapolis when we were there.
Yeah.
1st of August.
In August? Who's being introduced? Gordon?
Rusty. No, Gordon.
Rusty.
There a minute ago. A few boos in there too, didn't there?
Whoa!
We also have a couple of other special places.
Yeah, everybody's up against the fence down in no man's land right now. Oh yeah, I need the bed. The proof ain't big enough.
Okay.
Maybe open the door and get my head.
The 2000s NASCAR Winston Cup season is down to its final 7 races, and today the series visits a facility more than a half-century old, Martinsville Speedway in Virginia.
To the casual motorsports enthusiast, points leader Bobby Labonte's season stats may not seem like much. After all, he hasn't won the most races, led the most laps, or even earned the most money. All he has done is start 27 straight races without failing to finish once. And since April 30th, spanning some 22 consecutive weeks, his name and no other has sat atop the standings. Impressed? Yeah, I thought so. I'll bet this team gets tired of people telling him what they haven't done. Bobby had never run well on road courses until this year and recorded top 5 finishes on both. Bobby had never taken a backup car to the back of the field and pulled off a win until this year at Darlington. And Bobby had never won or recorded a top 5 finish at Martinsville until, oh yeah, that's today. History tells us that true championship teams feed off adversity and draw strength from challenge, which may explain why the late Alan Kowicki's favorite quote came from legendary football coach Vince Lombardi, who said, "Obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off your goals." Today, like Lombardi's, like Kowicki's, Bobby Labonte's team must have one heartbeat, one focus, one goal, which is one championship.
The Kowicki comeback of '92 was a modern-day motorsports miracle. Appropriately, with 7 races left this season, 3 drivers dream of duplicating Allen's charge to number 1. Kowicki rallied from 4th place, 278 points back, with 6 races to go.
Alan Kowicki is coming off of corner number 4, knowing that he's winning the championship. There's the checkered flag for Alan. He's the champion for '92.
Visions of the 2000 Winston Cup are fading for 3 contenders, but the cheers for the '92 champion still echo in their mind. There is time, there is hope, there is history, but for these 3 men, their mission at Martinsville is clear. Win, then do the math. Dale Earnhardt took the first step on Friday. He starts 12th, his best qualifying run at this track since April of '96. His last win here, September of '95. On this flat track, Dale Jarrett has a huge mountain to climb. He's never won here, and today he starts 31st at a track where all 93 Winston Cup races have been won from a top 25 starting spot. Jeff Burton is a native of Virginia. He won this race 3 years ago. He's 4th in points, 3rd on the grid, and 2nd here in the spring. That's good. But right now, it might not be good enough.
The paperclip-shaped Martinsville Speedway with its tight turns goes all the way back to NASCAR's rough and tumble beginnings. Passing here comes at a premium, and sometimes you have to give the guy in front of you a friendly little nudge just to let him know you want to get by. This track is a throwback, and sometimes when a car is finished here, you're better off just to throw it away. Something else that they'll throw away after today's race, the brake pads, because they really get on the brakes hard here at Martinsville, because believe it or not, you have to slow down to go fast. But the key is saving the brakes until the end, so you can go racing in the final 100 laps. Another area of concern is the rear end gear, because it really gets abused as they constantly get on and off the gas. That also makes it tough on the engines, as they turn them as much as 9,200 RPM and then down to about 4,500. 500 laps, 1,000 cycles in the power band. So many of these crews have their fingers crossed that their engines will last.
After 27 events, only 268 points separate the top 4. Rudd and Stewart are tied for 5th. 3 of the bottom 4 separated by 39 points or less. Bobby Labonte can clinch the title by finishing 6th or better in the final 7 races. He reached the 4,000-point mark after Dover. Now, the battle among the top 4 is closer this year than it was last year. And Alan Kowicki proved 8 years ago it's not over until the championship is clinched. Hi, everyone. I'm Bob Jenkins. Welcome to Martinsville, where we have been coming for NASCAR Winston Cup races since 1981. And many times down through the years, we have seen not necessarily the fastest car win the race. And Ned, that was certainly true here in the spring.
Yes, it was. Mark Martin was struggling really to stay in the top 10. But a strategic pit stop put him up in the lead. Didn't pit during the last 3 caution flags while others did. Stayed out there just hoping to get a top 5, and by golly, he won the race. And pit strategy will be important here today.
And getting off these corners will be equally as important. In watching these cars practice Friday and Saturday, I'm so impressed with the horsepower that the engine builders have put in these race cars. The problem is now trying to get that horsepower glued to the racetrack. And the guy that gets off that corner the best and gets that inside position can pass. So getting off the corner, very, very important at this very tight racetrack.
Today's entire 43-car field is separated by only 1/4 of a second. A new track record was established in qualifying, and there have been 6 different winners in the last 6 races here. All this means that it should be an exciting afternoon of racing here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. And the National Association of Stock Car Auto Racing presents the NAPA AutoCare 500 live from Martinsville. Back in a moment. Huh?
Ah, there you go. Do I? Fade out just a little bit.
That's the 1130 Norfolk and Southern, Neil. That's nice. Thank you.
The North Pole.
Huh.
That's where he's starting from today.
Someplace above the Arctic Circle, huh?